2014 because it means the 14 stars, and because it was like founded in 2014. But the philosophical meaning behind it is from the Arabic word Sidratul Muntaha, which means like the edge of the universe or the highest point. And we used 14 in our name because it's the name of it includes the 14 infallibles in our religion.
The intention of creating our city with this name was to create a gateway to the highest destination.
Wow, that's incredibly deep. That's a fantastic name for your city. I am also wondering sort of whether you ever think that there will really be real life cities on the moon like the ones that you and all of your other peers have constructed. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Especially if you people like bring together the ideas. Like I saw the other team models; they were so nice, and all the crazy ideas that we have. If you work together, in the end, it's possible to create a city on the moon.
Definitely. Would any of you guys want to live on the moon?
Yeah.
You think so? Really? Because as I was looking around, it just seemed like there were so many challenges that you all had to think about and figure out ways to solve it. Were there any particular challenges that you focused on really hard when you were working on your project?
So one of our challenges was to work as a team, and something we disagreed on was the location of the city. So like whether to keep it on the north pole or the south pole of the moon, because they both had advantages and disadvantages. And then we had the disagreement between the name and other things like what's the moving part going to be, how are we going to lay out our city, and many other things. And we solved these challenges by working in a team together with the help of our mentor. We chose the name Sidra 14, and we chose the North Pole for our location.
Gotcha. What was the most challenging part of the competition? Would you say that it was more working together in that teamwork aspect, or was it just sort of working together to come up with ideas to counteract some of those challenges?
The challenges were like organizing and scheduling our events at a time which was comfortable for all of our teammates to come. And another one was to get all of our teammates to come to our meeting. And lastly was because of us starting our project a month late, we had to catch up. And so if we finished earlier, we could make changes before the future state time came.
I think that working together in a team was a great challenge. But also coming up with, like, we had a lot of people in our team, I think 9 people, and we had a lot of ideas too. So we had to figure out which one was the best idea. We had to do all of that, and working in a team, both of them were great challenges. But I think working in the team was the larger challenge.
I'm sorry. I think I agree with them. Teamwork overall is the biggest challenge because at one point we weren't communicating properly, and that caused a lot of misunderstanding within what ideas we were implementing and what we weren't. So
I think another thing would be someone was saying coronavirus, and in that case it would be me. For example, a couple of months back, when the presenters were decided, I was chosen as one of the presenters, and then I got coronavirus, which didn't allow me to become presenter. And then that was a big challenge for me and the team as well. And in the end, they found a new presenter and it helped pay off for our team.
Yeah, and because of COVID, we also had to, catch up on the missed time and missed work. But what really helped us solve our teamwork problems, in my opinion, is our engineering process. So the Future City organization has to, of course, define the problem of this year. We then have to come together as a team and do background research, specify requirements on living on the moon, and also brainstorm solutions. So there's some variables such as that there's no oxygen and there's no water naturally available on the moon. So we had to come together as a team and solve those problems and create a prototype together and test it again and again, and if needed, redesign. So this really helped us have a lot of teamwork and collaboration to allow us to go this far into our Future City competition.
Due to some of the challenges our team encountered, like some of our teammates getting the COVID, it was hard to finish all of our deliverables based on the project plan's timeline. So when finally all of us could get together and work together, we had to reschedule some of our deliverables and make changes to the dates that we finished them.
And
Wow.
aside from working together as a team, we had like other problems such as my teammate mentioned, such as creating the model itself, the moving part, and even creating the video presentation. That was one of the most difficult parts of creating our future city and submitting it.
Yeah, choosing the right camera and the right editing software.
That makes sense. There's so many different moving elements, and especially this year has been so chaotic. It's really just so admirable that you all persevered and worked together and had this really strong teamwork. It seems that you could all really rely on one another. Um, Amidst all of these different challenges, I'm sure that you guys also ended up having a lot of fun. Are there any particular moments that you really enjoyed the most, that when you're thinking back or just really standout moments?
Well, for me, it's just our team building. So some days we would go to like a restaurant and just have fun, and then also just sitting around building the model with my friends was like a really good experience because we were all having fun while doing some productive work.
Another exciting moment was when we learned that we were in the lead of our team because we worked so hard on the model. We worked tirelessly months on month. Sometimes even with sleepless nights, and it was pretty hard. And we learned that we got so excited when we learned that it was paid off.
I think a funny moment for us, our team, would be one time we were recording for I think the web series, and then both of my teammates here, they were trying to, for the web series they were recording, they were trying to fix the moving part below. And then while they were recording at the same time. The spinning city dropped and almost broke, and the laptop dropped at the same time. Even though we were like, oh no, it was still a funny moment, and then I think it's something that we can look back at.
Yeah, that sounds like so much fun. You guys obviously have worked really hard together. Do you have any other messages to any other people who are your age and working on engineering and any of these big challenges?
Don't give up and like always stay together.
I think you should also like really push yourself, because if you don't, then you probably can't complete the goals that you want to reach.
I think another important one is just to have an open mind, whether it's sharing ideas or working with somebody else. You always have to make sure that you understand them and that you're communicating properly.
Also, if you ever face a challenge or a problem while you're doing something that you like, you should really like work hard. Like even if you think like you can't do this, like you're at like the lowest level, you should like never give up and work hard, and because like you can do it.
I think you should keep working hard on one thing, don't give up on a specific thing. Even if people tell you, oh, that's a dumb idea, have confidence in yourself and make that idea possible and persuade others about your idea so that, just don't give up on what you're doing.
Yes, so being a kid, like personally for me, and I know a lot of other people, managing school and all these different things such as Future City, and maybe they're doing like a sport like basketball or something, this stuff can be really difficult, and it might seem like Future City might not even help you. But trust me, after a while, you're gonna look back on this and you're gonna thank yourself that you did Future City because it helped you so much.
And I know that like a way to get everything accomplished is like to remember if there's like a will, there's a way, and like don't give up, keep on going on the right path, and like no matter what anybody says, like keep on going.
And time management is the key to success. So always organize yourself, organize your schedule, and that's if you have that, you're most likely going to have success.
That's some wise advice. I want to make sure that I'm able to give everybody credit. Would you mind going down the line of you and just say your names and your ages for us?
My name is Al-Hadi Mirza. I'm 13-year-old and I'm Al-Hadi 7th grade student.
I'm Muhammad Raza. I'm 13 years old and I'm from Al-Hadi school.
My name is Mehdi Rizvi. I'm 13 years old and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Muhammad Ali Rizvi. I'm 13 years old and I'm in the 8th grade of Al-Hadi school.
My name is Mansha Ali and I'm 14 and I'm also in 8th grade in Al-Hadi school.
My name is Hagana Salim. I'm 14 years old and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Safar Razak. I'm 13 years old and I'm also in 8th grade.
My name is Mariam Fatma and I'm 14 years old and I'm in 7th grade. My name is Dana Bridge and I'm 13 years old and I'm in 7th grade.
I have at least one more question. I was wondering if maybe any of the girls wanted to answer it. Why is this competition really important to you?
This competition is really important because in the future, you could use all the things that we use to create the city, like the engineering design process, it's not just for engineering, you could use it for other like purposes, like the process could be used to complete any challenge that you're encountering, and this will help you a lot in the future.
Well, thank you so much for all answering my
Thank you so
questions.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great work, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Sidra can stay on. Russell and Zoe, thank you. Let us know if you need anything. You'll get more information from us shortly.
Looking forward.
Thank you.
Great.
Be well, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
So you actually have another interview. If that's okay, we'll bring you over to another room. Let us know if you have a cutoff, though. You know.
That's fine. Yeah, we can wait.
How many interviews do you have left?
Is this the last one or do we have more?
This should be the last one.
Okay.
I wasn't told of another one. So we'll bring you over to another room. This is called, you'll be speaking to a woman for Voice of America, which is a really great outlet.
Yeah, we went on there last time.
Hey guys, you need to speak up, guys. You need to speak up. Say something.
Here they are. Okay. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear
Hello,
me?
Houston. Houston, you're muted.
Hi.
Hi, congratulations.
Congratulations. How do you feel?
Amazing.
Fantastic. Wow, what an honor. You actually became the winners of this grand competition and beating out all those other mentors and fellow competitors of yours. But congratulations, and what a great presentation as well. You all did so wonderful.
I told Julie that your school has participated for a long time, but you guys are the first group that's gone all the way.
Yes.
That's got to feel good, a little bloating maybe, but I know that your predecessors set you up for success. It's really cool. So Julie is a wonderful reporter from Voice of America, who just saying also happens to speak Farsi, in case anyone else speaks Farsi.
Yes, I mean, I've been noticing some accents, and if anyone wants to say anything in Farsi at the end, just raise your hand and say, I can say something in Farsi, and we'll get you to say, oh, wonderful. What is your name, sweetie?
My name is Muhammad Mirza. Salam.
Alayka salam. Alayka salam.
شما خوب هستی؟
خیلی خوب هستم. خیلی ممنون. شما خوب هستین؟
بله.
خیلی مبارک باشه.
ممنون.
I think all of you understand the name Mubarak.
Yes.
No matter where you're from. But I can tell you Middle Eastern, I'm sure different parts of the Middle East. But obviously here in America, and you must feel so proud, and your school must be so proud, your families and friends. So what I'm gonna do is have you maybe start with you when you spoke up first. Just introduce yourself. First name only is fine if that's what you would prefer, and just go around and just give me your names. You can go ahead.
My name is Muhammad Hani Mirza, and I'm a 13-year-old from Al-Hadi 7th grade.
My name is Muhammad Daim Raza, and I'm in 7th grade.
My name is Mehdi, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Mohammed Ali Bizi, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Mansha Ali, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Sagana Salim, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Fatma Izak, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Maria Fatma, and I'm in 7th grade. My name is Zainab Razi, and I'm in 7th grade.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all for making the time to talk with me. I'm with Voice of America. We're here in Washington, D.C. I hope I get to come see you all in person next year. So the first thing I wanted to ask you is, first of all, how do you feel about winning this great competition?
Amazing. Excited. I think it feels great because we participated in this competition for 3 years, and after putting in all the hard work, all the hours, all the pain went through, like coronavirus was so difficult, and then in the end, it finally paying off. It means a lot.
Yeah, we had so many challenges: coronavirus and following the CDC guidelines, as well as like some of our team members attending school online and some going in person, and managing our schedules was all important factors. But thankfully, it all paid off.
I was gonna say, you had
Some
the
of our
biggest challenge.
some of our team members also contracted COVID-19. That was a big problem. So we skipped a few weeks of work too. So we had to catch up.
Oh my, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope they're okay.
Yeah, we're all good now.
Excellent, excellent. So yes, you've obviously overcome such challenges, the biggest of course being that it had to be all virtual because of COVID. So do any of you want to just speak to how you were able to rise above that challenge? What was it about just working on this project and working together that helped you rise above this challenge?
A few challenges that we had was like scheduling and organizing our events at a time which was like easy for everybody to come at. And another challenge was to get all of our teammates to come and participate during our meetings. And lastly was to finish our model before the due date, so if we have any changes to make, we can make them.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest problem was definitely the schedule. When some members contracted COVID, we did have to go into a 2-week quarantine. And then when we came back, we had to redo the entire schedule to properly accommodate for all the missed time.
And we solved all these problems by working together, by keeping strong and keeping communication good, so we can all finish the project on time.
Yeah, so for me personally, a reason I really wanted to come back is that last year we already participated in this contest, but we didn't win. So this year I really wanted to make a strong and actual movement to try to win. And also because of COVID and all the hard work we put in, I really, really wanted to come. And I think our whole team came strong and attacked this challenge.
I think a challenge for me personally would be contracting coronavirus, and for me, it put me on the sideline for about a week or so as I like to call it, I was in quarantine, and I was assigned as presenter, but in the end, I wasn't a presenter. But that was a challenge for me and the team. In the end, my team found another presenter, and in the end, it paid off.
Due to some of the challenges that our team encountered, like some of our teammates getting COVID, it was hard to complete all the deadlines based on the project plan timeline. So once all of us were like healthy, we would come back together and then we would reschedule our whole entire timeline and do all the deliverables based on our new timeline.
I think personally some challenges were like balancing schoolwork along with this whole Future City process. And personally, since I had to be like the backup presenter because another like presenter got COVID-19, it was really nerve-wracking for me because like public speaking isn't really my strong suit.
Oh, great. Thank you for sharing all of that. Yeah, it was a lot of challenges, but you overcame it and you were stronger for it. And it just sounds like you were really a good example of how to overcome problems. If I could have one person volunteer to describe the project and explain how you came up with the name for the project, Sidra 14, and what that means.
We named our city Sidra 14 because it means the 14 stars, and it was founded in 2114. But the philosophical meaning behind it is from the Arabic word Sidratul Muntaha, which means the highest point or the edge of the universe. And we have 14 in our name because it represents the 14 infallibles in our religion.
The intention of creating our city was to create a gateway to the highest point. And in our city, we attract many tourists because of our central management system called SLR Maps. And we also have many recreational public spaces like our Youth Theater for Arts and Centennial Park.
Excellent. So what was the most fun part of doing this project? And I'll have one volunteer. A couple of you can chime in, but go ahead.
The most fun part was making the model, and during this situation, it was fun socializing with our friends while making the model.
Another fun thing was all the mistakes we made. They were actually a little fun fixing them and laughing at our teammates when they did something wrong. Like not in the bad way, but like in the fun way. Like one time, me and one of my other teammates were working on the project, and we were recording the video like for this B-roll. So we accidentally dropped the model one of the projects, and it almost broke. So that was quite fun, and now looking back, it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, so for me, after being in like quarantine and like going to online school, not seeing people in real life, it got me really sick. So then when I actually came back, it was a lot of fun socializing with my friends. And also just team building and going out and eating with our friends and then just building a model together and having fun. Those are the best parts for me in Future City.
What was your goal for this project?
Our goal for this project was to find new technologies and learn more and to develop good for the future of this world. The goal of our project was to create a sustainable city on the moon. We had incorporated so many technologies such as our SR map system, which stands for Smart Lunar Resources Management and Processing Systems. It helped us extract lunar regolith, which contains ice, and as well as minerals to create all the infrastructure of our city as well.
Another goal of creating our city was to use 2 moon resources to create a resilient city and also to like attract many people to our city.
So another thing was to keep our citizens happy and healthy. So for keeping our citizens healthy, since we're on the moon, we have 1/6 of the Earth's gravity, which can have detrimental effects to our residents' health. So we use ring centrifuge topology, which is perpendicular to the moon's surface. It spins at 1 revolution per minute at an angle of 9.5 degrees. We do this and we create the artificial gravity that will keep our residents healthy and almost like they're living on the Earth's gravity.
Not only that, our residents have access to clean, good quality, well-maintained natural public spaces that benefits both the mental and physical health of our residents. It encourages them to walk, bike, play, or just simply enjoy themselves among the green public spaces in our city. Not only that, we encourage our citizens to have a healthy diet and teach them how to have a happy and healthy lifestyle.
You know, if you were to explain to a 10-year-old who's looking at you guys for inspiration, who's in a STEM school, how would you describe this project? So you're given an assignment, if you're sitting on the moon, how would you describe your particular project compared to the others that were in the competition?
So I think one way we would describe it to 10-year-olds, for example, would be talking about what makes our city unique. And I think the thing that makes our city unique would be our spinning city below. It helps our citizens have gravity, and we're actually on the side of our spinning city below over there, and we're actually aligned on the sides. And then to be mentioned, there's a lot of technology that allows us to create artificial gravity for our residents.
So another thing that would help us is the engineering process in some sort of way. So if we define the problem to the 10-year-old, we need to tell them that our goal of this year is to make a successful city on the moon. We can relate this to many kids shows that allow them to understand better. Because I know some kids watch some NASA documentaries and they just like and are into space and astronauts. So that could be a way to teach the kids about living on the moon and how we accomplish that goal.
Wonderful. Well, just a couple of last questions then. So why would I, as a person on Earth, want to fly up to the moon and live in your city?
The reason why you would want to fly up to our city is because our city provides for our residents, provides a healthy lifestyle for our residents. So you won't feel the difference between living on the Earth and living on the moon, because we have like artificial sunlight in our city to benefit our citizens' mental health, and our spinning city creates artificial gravity, which helps our citizens not getting diseases like back pain and arthritis and many more.
I think another thing in our city would be it's so culturally diverse that we have really no racism in our city. Our citizens can have access to learn about new cultures, foods, lifestyles, religions, and much more. Also, people such as elderly, people with disabilities, special needs, and much more have AI and IoT sensors that help them easily integrate into society, so there's no systematic racism.
So also our city's industry is driven by mining, tourism, because we have many like recreational buildings, as well as space research and green energy.
Yeah, so we also use our SR map system, which stands for Smart Lunar Resources Management and Processing System, to extract minerals and materials from our lunar regolith. We use these minerals and materials for oxygen for breathing, water for drinking, bathing, and agriculture, hydrogen that we use for creating rocket fuel, and helium-2 that we use to export to the Earth to boost our economy in our city.
Also, the SLR map system is used to extract a glass material called silicate from the lunar regolith. We then 3D print this glass material and print the homes and buildings of our city, and since we 3D print it, it's flame retardant.
And last but not least, using our SY map system, we can extract minerals from the lunar regolith. These minerals can then be used to create solar panels, which then can receive our generally abundant polar sunlight since we're located on the lunar North Pole. We can then receive this energy to power our city, have some backup energy when we do not have sunlight, and send this energy through microwave beaming to Earth to boost our economy.
Not only that, but this regolith can also be used to create the buildings and roads in our city, as well as with some other materials can be used to protect us from the toxicity of lunar regolith, radiation, and cosmic rays.
So one volunteered to ask this question, one of my last questions. What do competitions like this mean to you, and why do you think they're important for young people like you?
So to me, it means a lot, and one reason of that would be watching my brothers and sisters when I was little. So Future City has been a big thing in our school specifically, and when my brother and sister competed in it, it looked so much fun. And I only saw them building the mall, for example, but I didn't realize what the knowledge came with it or how difficult it was. And then that inspired me to go to Future City and learn how to solve the day-to-day problems, such as in our first year, we had to solve the power grid problem. In the second year, we had to solve the water problem, and this year, we had to build a reliable city on the moon. So that's what really drives me to create the best future city for the future.
This competition also helps benefit agencies like NASA and helps to benefit the future of this world. Like we find new technologies and we integrate them into a city and we show other people how it would be like to live on.
So for me, I used to always stay up like late at night because my brother and his friends and their generation was doing the Future City competition. So now that it came to my generation, I feel like that fire was passed down to me, and it's my duty to actually accomplish a good thing such as winning the regionals, which is a really good accomplishment. And not only that, but then due to us staying so late at night, I was questioning myself, like, this competition must be really hard. Why are they staying so late at night? So when I actually came, I understood how hard it was, and I understood the benefits that it's not only giving me, but it's also giving to other people and other generations.
I believe by doing this competition, it would help me a lot in the future because I can take many deliverables from this project and use them in the future, such as the engineering design process. I can use the engineering design process in any scenario to fix any challenge that I encounter and to solve day-to-day problems. And it also shows a lot of teamwork, and in the future, I can easily cooperate with them.
Yeah, I think this was really important because the competition itself encourages teamwork, consistency, and responsibility in people. And it also, through those things, it teaches you important life skills.
Now, this project also, the Future City people designed this project in a way that it integrates all sorts of skills. Like if you're good at writing, you can write the essay. If you're good at public speaking, you can present. If you're good at finding ideas, if you want to become an engineer, a doctor, there are all sorts of there's all sorts of integration of different fields into this project, and it takes several minds to make this very good project like this.
I think also it helps the younger generation engage into the real world and bring ideas that most adults wouldn't think of because their minds are more like imaginative.
Wonderful. Well, show of hands, who plans to come back next year?
Well, I mean, a lot of us won't be able to come back next year since we're all moving on to high school.
That's
But
true.
if I was able to move on to 8th grade or 7th grade, I would definitely come back.
And especially since it's our last year, I think we really accomplished something big in winning the nationals. So.
Well, let me ask you one last question. How many of you plan to go into engineering or a similar field after going through this competition?
Well, I plan into going into AI because I think AI is going to really take over in the future, like how we did in our city.
For me personally, I'd go into space technology, and this project really showed what space technology can do in building a city on the moon.
For me, I'm not sure, but after being in a Future City competition, I think I will do something in that field.
I don't really want to do this type of stuff when I grow up, but I know that these types of things will help me in the future.
Honestly speaking, I want to do psychology when I grow up. So we did use a little psychology in this, like how the human mental brain would work on the moon and how we would need to help our citizens integrate without having mental stress. So that was very interesting for me, but I did all get more interested in the tech world, and now I'm interested in seeing what NASA and other companies like SpaceX do.
I'm gonna be like an architect when I grow up. Like if we ever like build a city on the moon, I'm gonna be able to help construct and design buildings.
I personally want to be a lawyer, and one of the things you can do as a lawyer is going to the environment. So this definitely taught me so much. So if I do choose to become an environmental lawyer, I have so much information before working.
Wow, wonderful. Wow. I look forward to looking at you guys and your futures. It's so bright and encouraging and inspiring.
Thank
Before I let you go, Mohammed, did you want to say anything in Farsi?
خیلی
If I
ممنون.
ask you, از شما اگه بپرسم که این تجربه برای شما چی بوده که روی این پروژه کار کردید؟
I don't know that much Farsi.
Okay, no problem. Listen, you guys have been wonderful. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you so much for taking the time and good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
Don't sign off just yet. We need to keep you guys in the room. Julie, I will catch back up with you, but Houston team, if you guys can stay in the room just another moment. We are doing, you aren't familiar with this because this is your first time as first place team, but we're just gonna have two of my colleagues come in and ask you one last question that several of you can answer so that we can put that quote in our press release about answering this question that we will send out to all the other media outlets announcing you guys as the winner. And hopefully you'll be, maybe doing some more interviews after this once you all go home with some press in Houston, but we need to get the press release first. So I'm going to tell them to come on in and ask you this question. And then after that, you can go and celebrate all day long for your wonderful accomplishment.
So I'm going to say goodbye.
Bye, Julie.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, Julie. Okay, so I'm here. They're coming in, or they could have just told me what the question is, but they haven't. So hurry up. Hurry up. They want to go celebrate. So anyway, this is very exciting. I'm from Houston, and
Nice.
and I remember growing up and being younger than you guys and what a big deal NASA was, and then it kind of wasn't, but I think it's all a lot of excitement's come back to space travel and exploration in the moon, and I think it's wonderful that you guys are coming at this from so many different angles and want to go into AI and engineering and law and psychology, and all of that has to be part of how we approach the universe. And here are my colleagues. So they're going to ask you one last question. This is Rafi and Amy, and they'll be taking notes. So here's
Hi again. Yes, so we just want to know kind of, we're going to get a quote, and if you could say your name before you start speaking, just so we have it on file. And if you could just tell us, how do you feel right now that you just won the competition? Yeah, anyone can start.
My name is Al-Hadi Mirza, and I'm a 13-year-old in 7th grade at Al-Hadi school. So I feel very excited by winning this competition, but this is not the end, and this is only the beginning, and we have to work on to help this world and to create a better future for us.
My name is Mohammed Raza, and I'm in 7th grade. I'm very happy and I'm excited that we won the nationals, and this is my first year in Future City. It's like I'm looking forward to having another successive year.
My name is Mehdi Rizvi. I'm 13 years old and I'm in 8th grade in Al-Hadi school. And I'm actually really happy that I went to the nationals this year. For me, it's like a dream come true. And one thing I would say is that don't let other people decide what you do in the future. Look up and see what you can do to help the future for all the people in the world.
So my name is Mohammed Rizvi. I'm 13 in the 8th grade of Al-Hadi school. And my quote would be that I know we just won the nationals, but my real duty starts now because it is my duty to help and give advice to the younger generation to allow them to do the same thing and also have a good impact on society in the future.
My name is Mansha Ali. I'm 14 and I'm also in 8th grade at Al-Hadi. I feel really excited for winning the competition this year. One thing I'd say to the younger generation or anyone is that if you ever face a challenge in your life and it's something that you want to do and you like to do it, then you should never give up because you can do it. Just push yourself and you'll get through the challenge.
My name is Sakana Salim. I'm 14 years old and I'm also in 8th grade. I think what I would tell like the younger generation is to just like push yourself, because if you do, then all your hard work is gonna pay off, and like it'll help you for the future.
My name is Fatima Izak, I'm 13 and I'm in 8th grade. And I think winning this competition, it made me really happy and really excited, but it also changed my outlook on projects like this, because personally I'm somebody who prefers giving up over pushing myself past the limit. And I think that really changed my outlook on things like this, because I realized because I pushed my limits, it ended up well for me. So my message to the younger generation would be, even though it's easy to give up and it's usually just, it makes you really calm and everything because you don't have to carry such a stress. But doing that will definitely make things easier later on in life because you'll know how to handle stuff like this.
My name is Jenna Berger, I'm 13 and I'm in 7th grade. And I'm really happy that we won Future City. And one thing is that if you like really want to do something, like don't give up. If you feel like you can't do it, don't give up. Just keep on working hard and then it gives you.
Great, thank you all. One question we just kind of very quick, there was a writer who just wanted to know if any of you were scouts or have been or are interested in becoming. Is that the case for you? If you're not, no worries, just wanted to ask.
I was a Cub Scout for a few months.
For a few months. Was it this year? Was it recently or
it was a year or two ago.
Okay. All right. Thank you, though. It's just something I wanted to double check with you all. I don't have any other questions. Karina, if you have anything.
Right now, I think that's great. I think that you guys said some great stuff also during your interview with the Voice of America, and we, I'm just looking at some of that. So we really appreciate it, and you guys, congratulations again to your mentor. Applause for you all, and thank you for your time. And I hope you have a wonderful time celebrating, and I hope you get to go to space camp really soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.